Hey, welcome to number 270 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things
B&I and networking.
Well done. I am Mark Simmons. Hazel, guess what I have here?
I'm just looking at the box. That's what made me laugh.
I have a box. Do you know what's inside this box?
I know what is usually inside the box.
This box contains hopes and dreams and information and a lot of things that we need to let out and able to network properly.
True.
And so we need to do what?
You need to stay out of the box.
Stay out of the box. Stay out of the box. So what does that mean? I mean, that's metaphor, obviously.
Stay out of the box means, I do this little workshop called Stay Out of the Box. And the stay out of the box means don't let people put you in a box. So if I'm at a networking event and I'm talking to someone and I ask the question, which I don't typically ask this question, what do you do? But many people ask that question, right? At networking, oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
And I say, I'm an accountant. Or you say, I'm an accountant. Then if you say, I'm an accountant, or I'm a florist, or I'm a coach, I immediately put you in my mental box. I open one of the drawers called coaches, and I put you in it. I open this drawer that says accountants, and I put you in it. And I don't need to have any more conversation.
Right.
Unless I might talk about, what do you think about the global finance right now, or something like that. But I put you in the box because I make the assumption I already know everything you do, which would be a false assumption. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things we should never do, is make assumptions about people, places, and things.
Right.
We should learn more about them. But when you use your title, people just automatically, out of habit, pop you in a box because they think they know.
Yeah.
And you want to stay out.
Right. And I think a lot of times, especially business owners, they're also can get embarrassed sometimes. So, hey, I'm an accountant. Do you know what I do? Yeah, I know what an accountant does. I know what a financial planner does. I know what a florist does. So they don't get curious about what it is they actually do.
Right.
And the reality is, you don't know.
Or even an accountant will look at you and go, I'm an accountant. You probably know what accountants do.
Yeah.
They will even say it about themselves.
Right.
Right? Which just lets us put them in the box.
Yeah. So there's two sides here. One of them is, you got to toot your horn. You got to talk about what it is you do. And I know I've been to networking events. If you're 20 minutes into talking about what you do, you're too long already. So learn how to laser focus on talk about what you do. But an example I have from a networking thing I was at recently was I met someone there, really cool guy, was a paralegal. Yeah. And normally he'd say he's a paralegal, and I would go, oh, that's really cool. And I said to him, so what is it you do?
As a paralegal.
As a paralegal. Because in my mind, paralegals are admin, that's it.
Yeah, they work for lawyers and they
Yeah.
do all the work the lawyer didn't want to do.
Could not be further from the truth. Has his own practice, does a lot of things. Some of it that lawyers can do outside of, there's things that they can do. There's things they can't do, obviously. But I really did not know. And when I talked to a few people in the last couple of weeks and shared the story, they also said, I didn't know that. So it's not just me. There's a lot of people who don't know. And that's just one example of what a paralegal can do. So I think the key thing here was I was curious. Be curious. Ask the questions. Yeah.
And that is the best way to stop putting people in a box. Just ask more questions. Well,
Bye.
what kind of accounting do you do? Who are your ideal clients when you're doing accounting? Because some accountants only work for trades, right? And some accountants do forensic accounting, which is a whole different kind of accounting. Some accountants do international accounting, right? Florists are the same. Well, you know what a florist does. They do flowers. But do they do funerals? Do they do weddings? What's the biggest wedding they've ever done, right? Ask questions. Be curious about people when you're networking. And especially when visitors come walking in the room and you're on the membership committee, you want to be asking those questions of every visitor. Because now that we do the automated interview, you have time to be doing some interviewing when you're meeting them. Ask good questions.
Yeah. So one of the takeaways today is curiosity is key.
Yep. Don't let someone put you in a box because you used your title.
Absolutely. All right. So now that we're out of the box, it's a good time to move on. Until next time, here's Walker.
See you then.